The things I do for love. The things I do for this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to the one and only Halloween month video for 2021. I hope you all have been enjoying the spooky season. I have been very active on other forms of social media, particularly for Halloween. I've reviewed a handful of movies on my Instagram profile and Letterboxd, so feel free to follow me there on those social medias, as well as even on TikTok. I make plenty of little videos there, some comedy skits, some movie stuff. I'm trying to get around to making a little bit of everything. Making videos with this little guy right here.
Hello, I'm here to tell you all happy Halloween. These are candy and shit. Enjoy the holiday. Yeah. Or don't. I don't really care. Fuck it.
I do little random skits with that version of a Piranha Plant character. Even though if I don't create very much on here, I would always use it for longer length videos such as this. So, today's double feature review is a nice moral lesson on how you do nostalgia. How you do it amazingly well, and then how you do it amazingly wrong. So, with that being said, grab a cereal of your choice, either Monster Mash or Count Chocula. Either way, sit back and relax, and let's talk some Scooby-Doo movies. Also, my apologies for the dogs in the background. Those are not mine, those are my neighbors, and for some weird reason, they are just barking up a storm tonight, so bear with me. And it sounds like there's somebody peeling out in the background too, so fun times recording. So yeah, I wish I had a studio to do this kind of shit. Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island. I mean, what could you do with this story? Because it's an open and shut case that was solved, but this movie is adamant to just say, nah, it ain't solved. Not only do you force the viewer, literally with the opening credits, you force them to know this is connected to that movie that you love so much, with various flashbacks and various bits of just clips that showcase what happened at the end of Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. But when a movie's this bad, I have to warn people. This movie progresses out where it's essentially rehashing the fact that, oh, the characters are done solving mysteries because the fucking sheriff of the town told them to. And they're teenagers again, by the way. In this continuity, they're teenagers, despite in the original film, they were clearly adults that gave up their mantle of being the Mystery Incorporated group that they were because just so many mysteries were solved and they were done. It was just a thing that happened. It felt natural. This is just a weird-ass version of that kind of twist and plot, but Scooby and Shaggy make Velma, Daphne, and Fred promise to not bother with solving any mysteries whatsoever. And then they so happen to coincidentally, by Elvira of all people, being in a contest that wins them a trip to the zombie island that is not disguised very well at all by a filmmaker played by John Michael Higgins. And it's trying to be meta with making a movie within a movie, but it's terrible, it's awful, it's not even done well at all, and I did not laugh once at that. And here's the thing. Through Velma, they continue to push that idea. This mystery was never solved. Things happened, and that was it. But there was no mystery that was it. Even Daphne acknowledges, but wasn't this solved? Things that happened, such as Simone and Lena and Jacques exploding because they did not do the thing they had to do, suck their energy out for survival because of the whole time limit thing. And Velma just simply says, no, it's not solved. That doesn't mean it's solved. So the victims that were of them and their evil doings resting in place and just finally moving on in their spiritual wherever they go, that's not being solved. No, it's not. It's not. Fuck you for thinking so. That's what this movie does. And it baffles me why using the smartest, arguably the smartest character to do this, to just regurgitate exposition as to why, and it doesn't make a lick of sense. As not only as a fan of the original film, but me as a person and as a film reviewer trying so hard to give this little film the benefit of the doubt that it could be fun, it could be good Halloween fun, and it just gives you a middle finger every goddamn chance it gets. The nerve of the movie is that it actually brings a couple mysteries into play, maybe even a possible character that was not really focused on. I don't know, because they didn't solve that part of the mystery which was actually needing to be solved. There's a character and a creature that is literally in the cause of them to be screwed over a couple times in this film. It's not acknowledged. It's not brought up. It is just there. It does things, and it ends. I don't know, Raggy. Zoink Scoob, I don't know. But it's really fucking stupid, isn't it? This movie didn't know what it wanted to be. It has an identity crisis. It didn't know whether to be a sequel, a meta-based humor film parodying and rehashing the original, or just straight up making a reboot within itself. You know what this is? This is Ghostbusters Answer the Call. The same way that film tried so hard to be its own thing, but at the same time couldn't help but to cash grab in on the original, so much to the point where they had all the original cast, but with different character iterations and stuff like that, all the while still saying, no, but we're our own thing. That's what this movie is. I don't hate on these movies to be that guy, that snooty film reviewer, because I've never been that person. I'm just the guy who enjoys all things movies, and when I see something this frustrating, because they have, like with Ghostbusters, Answer the Call, and with this film, they have all the amazing, talented people involved that could have been for something great, and for some weird reason, it just did not mix, it did not happen, and it is just a frustrating movie viewing experience. Let's move on. Diving into something that's done so well. Straight Outta Nowhere, the Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog movie. It actually feels like more of a Courage the Cowardly Dog movie that happened to just cross over with Scooby-Doo and the gang. And I am not unhappy about that. I love this idea of this little dog that's so scared all the time. As you can see him right here, he's terrified. Every moment he's facing off these ridiculous and over-the-top creatures in his little tiny house and trying to help his family, Muriel and Eustace, his owners. And the fact that he just is a badass, trying to be courageous, literally to his name, trying to just do the right thing for the love that he has for his family. That is a damn simple and awesome little story arc for every episode that you could see of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Scooby-Doo and the gang going into the Courage the Cowardly Dog universe, if you will. The whole story is that they are in the middle of solving a mystery, but then Scooby hears some weird hypnotic sounds to the point where it drives him kind of crazy. He runs off. They freak out. They follow him with his little tracker on his collar, and he ends up in nowhere, where Courage is at. And then Courage goes through the same thing, hearing that same crazy sound. And then before you know it, we have a new mystery because giant cicada-like monsters come out of the ground. They start attacking Scooby and Courage. The gang comes up, they help them out, stop these cicadas from eating them and whatever they were planning on doing. They run into Muriel, Eustace, and we have our movie. I will definitely not spoil this movie for you because I definitely think it's worth seeking out. But I will say, as the mystery revolves around Nowhere and the Courage of the Cowardly Dog characters and slew of other weird instances that happen within Nowhere, I love this. It makes perfect sense for Scooby and the gang to have this mystery to solve, interacting with Eustace and Muriel, and also, by the way, rest in peace to, I believe, Thea White, the voice actress, who played Muriel. This was actually her final performance. She was always such a heartwarming presence with this character. One of those things where just hearing her voice, it just brings so much nostalgia in its own right, and it was a pleasure to hear her performance once again as this character that she was very famous for. And yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer to know that she sadly has passed on, but May she rest in peace. And I loved her performance here. I love her interaction with the Scooby Gang. I love the fact that she's a very folksy, very down-to-earth and simple person, but you know, she acknowledges that. And I was surprised they even went that route. I was really appreciative that she's just like, wow, you kids are so smart. You all are so interesting in solving your riddles. She puts it as riddles. And it's just, again, it's just heartwarming, and I just love that about her character. She means well, and she's always hoping that just the simple little things like giving you a cookie can make you feel a little better. And, you know, of course, she makes Shaggy and Scooby and Courage feel great when they have food around, and baking him cookies and stuff in the movie. Eustace is as curmudgeonly as always. His voice actor sadly passed away a few years back, but Jeff Bergman, I believe, steps in and does great. And the main voice actor, and I completely blanked out on his name, but the main voice actor for Courage he's reprises his role here as well, and he is just fantastic. This little cast, and then the Scooby-Doo gang cast, you know, Frank Welker, Matthew Lillard, Kate McCucci, and Greg Griffin, they're all just good chemistry for what this little mystery has to unfold in regards to the cicada monsters. And then there's this cicada queen, and this movie is very bizarre. It's weird. There's a couple cringy little humor moments that I wasn't too fond of, but overall, when the mystery is solved, and I love the fact, minor spoilers, I guess, they use some villains from the Courage the Cowardly Dog show. But as a person who loves this show so fucking much, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. And I was smiling, and I was just like, what? What? Oh man, that's just awesome. I feel that, of course, Scooby-Doo is way more popular than Courage, but I feel that, again, due to nostalgia, a lot of people are starting to remember a lot of these, like, I guess, underrated, I guess. I guess Courage the Cowardly Dog was very popular at the time, but I feel like it's definitely more underrated, and it's a bit forgotten these days. But the fact that this was even made in 2021, you know, 30-somethings like me that watched this show when I was like 10, 12 years old, like, it's just astounding that it even happened at all. And even though it was a direct-to-video thing, I'm still so happy that I actually own it. I'm happy that I saw it. I'm happy that they knew what they were doing with this movie. They knew what they were doing. They created something special, and it's just a fun little movie crossover that I'm so happy exists now. And compared to the previous thing we talked about in terms of how you do nostalgia terribly, this is all the ways you do nostalgia right. Give care to the source material. You give care to the story itself, making it cohesive, making it fun, and you have yourself a legitimately good, fun movie. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for Halloween month 2021. I hope you all enjoyed this the singular episode, quality over quantity this year. And thanks for sticking with me as you always do. Thank you for staying subscribed. Thank you for watching. For the 2 people that will watch this, I hope you have the happiest of Halloweens. And if you don't celebrate, or if this is another day for you that you're watching this, I just hope you're doing well and having a good day. And I hope this video brought you a little bit of joy. Feel free to comment below on what are your thoughts on either one of these movies. Yeah, I'm not too sure what videos I'll do next, but like I said, follow me on all things social media to keep up to date with me. Thanks for watching. I'm Anthony Flores with Worth Watch, and keep going to the movies.